Thank you. Hello. Let's do this. There we go. Hello. Welcome to How About New. Some stuff's going on this weekend. Today is Sunday Fun Day. It's always Sunday. Reset the week. Reset the year, reset the week, reset your lives. Reset, reset, reset. It's always a reset, isn't it? Anyways, some stuff went down this weekend. Yesterday, in fact, there was an incident at the what was it, a White House? It wasn't at the White House. It was near the White House. It was at some dinner party. We're gonna check into this. Let's click over here. Get right into this situation. See what's really going on. All right. So, from my understanding, we're not gonna watch these. We're going to watch. What's these, folks?
Thank you, President Trump. There's a report in the New York Post that this assailant assembled his weapon somewhere on site at the hotel. What do you think about that? And I asked.
I saw. Here he is. Here it is.
Tonight in Washington, D.C., President Donald Trump rushed off the stage of the White House Correspondents' Dinner along with the vice president, top Trump officials, as a seemingly lone gunman tries to rush into the building armed. He has been arrested. A 31-year-old man from California was taken into custody. Right before the break, we heard from the president as well as the acting U.S. Attorney General. Yes, here's the security video at the moment. This is outside the ballroom where the White House Correspondents' Dinner is happening. Those are security personnel. This video shared by the president on Truth Social. That man you see there, sprinting past a security barricade, officers drawing their weapons. He was quickly apprehended. He is alive. Drawing their weapons. Past the president, Correspondents' Dinner, Truth Social. Security personnel. This video shared by the president on Truth Social. That man you see there. This video shared by the president.
This guy right here, down here at the bottom, right there. This guy right here. Where am I at? Oh, this guy. Sorry, everything's reversed. But this guy right here. That guy right there. He shoots. Watch, he draws his weapon and he fires twice, I think. 2 times.
President on Truth Social. That man you see there.
And it looks like his gun's going like this.
This video shared by the president on Truth Social.
The president shared this?
That man you see there, sprinting past.
On Truth Social, President Trump shared this. I don't watch anything. Here we go. Now the thing is you hear at least a couple shots go off. Watch. It goes. 5 shots. It goes boom, 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 boom. So 5 shots went off. You can tell everybody's alarmed by it. Why does music start playing? It's a little odd, don't you guys think? All the shots went off way... Let's see. From the first initial shot. Wait, let's be fair. $10. At least 10-second response. Right? Let's do it with the actual counter down here. And Trump's oblivious to it. He is. He has no idea what's going on. He doesn't even understand what's going on in the crowd because he's staring at Melania. Melania and whoever this is having a conversation. And then now Melania's like, oh crap, wait, get down. It's not funny, I mean. Get down! Okay, watch, he's oblivious to it. Does he not? Has he never heard real... Why is he smiling like that? He's oblivious to real gunfire? What has this guy got in his hand?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What happened?
Come on. I want to see what this guy has in his hand.
Uh-oh.
Well, I hit spacebar. Why is it doing that? It's supposed to pause it, but it's not. What's it say? Viking? How does that say? That's so blurry. Varega. I don't know what that says. What do you guys think that says? Vario? Yeah, let's do this. Looks like Viraia. Trump looks like a lizard. I'm not gonna lie, right there, he looks like a lizard, doesn't he? Look at his eyes. What's going on with him? He's like, oh, something's happening. Something's happening, guys. And he was laughing about whatever that guy brought to their attention. And what was he doing? You know what's really funny is just some random guy Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Because he's just random. He's randomly running up to Trump after shots have already gone off. He actually ran up to Trump during the shots going off. Watch this. Oh no, maybe he's already there. He's oblivious to it too. Who is he though? And he's got a piece of paper like. Road nothing. What did it say? Look at this. Viara. It means Slavic, given name meaning faith or belief. Slavic. It's definitely what he had up. It said V-I-I. It looked like that's what it spelled. Let's just see what it would say. You probably spelled that wrong, but whatever. It's connected to Babylonian terms. Bell. Yeah. Why was he showing her a letter that literally translates to ball? That's weird. This guy, whoever he is. Now I'm really curious. It says VIRAIA. Is that what it says? VIR. VI. What does it say? Why does it look so familiar? Like, so similar. VIRA something A. Let's get rid of this for a second. What do you guys think that spells? VIRA something. Vera? It's so familiar to this, Lord of the Flies. Because Vera. VIR. Let's do VIRIA something. Vera. Let's just go back to this. VIRIA. Vera. What is this? It says more than that. VIRA something. What? VI. That looks like VIR. Is that an R? Are we looking at it wrong? VIR. It looks like a longer word.
What happened?
Finish on anything. This might be the only time we get to see this. V? What does it say? See, if I wasn't live, I would really check into this, but I can't. I mean, I could, but it would take too long to do it all. Plus, I'm multi-streaming. It says VIRAI. It looks like a G. Viraga. Keeps going back to woman of. It keeps going back to the same kind of thing, though. Look at this. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what. It literally keeps going back to Viraga. Is that what he has spelled there? VIRV. Well, you never know. He might not know how to spell whatever the hell he's got there. VIRAI something. Looks like a G. Hmm. 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 The more you zoom out, the easier it is to see. VIRs, and then there's three more characters after that. What did I put? Right. VIR. Here, just so I have my own, I'm gonna start recording and actually get a copy of this for my own personal information. Because I actually want to check into this. Took them 10 seconds, over 10 seconds to respond. Alright. Alright. I will be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. All right. This is a little weird. There's a message on this thing that this guy showing Melania and this other girl. And he's holding it up very persistent, even after everyone's acknowledged that there has been gunfires. He even holds it up as he's ducking for cover. So he's very persistent about showing these two women this message on this little note. See, he still has that message up. See? Is it really that important? Look, he still has it out. He's still showing it. And then he... My life is not very important, but this message is... What is really going on with this guy? Who is this guy? And he's involved with the conversation. Who's this? Is this... She's laughing, even though she's not part of the conversation. I don't know. She wishes she was part of this conversation. Who's she talking to? You know what's really weird? She's more... This woman here is more stunned by this letter, I think, than... Because he opens it, right? He's revealing it. What's it gonna say? Look at... She's more stunned by this note than by what's actually going on in the room. Her mouth goes like it's a secret invitation. You know what's weird? Is Trump smiling about it, like sinisterly. You guys notice that? Let's watch the thing again. This is really odd. He's like, yeah, come to Trump Island. There's literally gunfire going on. Look, watch his expression. He's unveiled the message, and her jaw went. I don't know who that woman is, though. And look at Trump's still sinister looking. Like, that's... It's like... What do you guys think? He knows what it means, because this is planned. Who is this guy? Oh, come on. YouTube is dumb. See? What the fuck is that? It's just really weird and odd. This woman here, whoever this chubby woman is, she looks chubby. From this distance, she looks chubby. Let me see if I can crank the quality up on this. I really have to... Here, let's do this real quick. What channel is this? What is this? 7? That's shorts.
To be honest, sometimes I actually have no idea what's going on until I open Monday.com. And boom.
of the way. Everyone away.
No, that's not what I want to watch. Where is it? Vance just gets up calmly and walks out. It's like, turn the quality up. Ow. Let's see if I can turn this quality up. Because is he gonna let me or no? Can you not adjust it? I'll crank it all the way up later. It's just so odd. Anyways, Trump gave a speech right after. Apparently, he's the one that released the other footage. This was what? String 20. Did this happen after or before?
Why the military are demanding it with a very powerful, and that was.
What the hell is that? Jason Voorhees?
Shh.
That's creepy.
Shh.
What's really going on?
Well, thank you very much. That was very unexpected, but incredibly acted upon by Secret Service and law enforcement. And this was an event dedicated to freedom of speech that was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members of the press. And in a certain way it did, because the fact that they just unified. I saw a room that was just totally unified. It was in one way very beautiful, a very beautiful thing to see. A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly and have just released, for purposes of transparency, clarity, I've ordered it to be put out. You probably have it by now. Put out on Truth and put out on many other platforms. A tape showing the violence of this thug that attacked our Constitution, and also showing how quickly Secret Service and law enforcement acted on our country's behalf. Really did a great job. One officer was shot, but saved by the fact
The thing
that
I don't like.
he was wearing obviously a very
thing
good
I don't like.
bulletproof vest. He was shot
It
from
makes no
very
sense
close
to me.
distance with a very powerful gun.
We have all this other stuff that's happened in the last year or two. His other thing, and like, he's like, how quickly he said the CIA?
But saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously purposes of transparency, clarity. I've ordered it to be put out. You probably have it by now. Put out on Truth and put out on many other platforms. a tape showing the violence of this thug that attacked our Constitution, and also showing how quickly Secret Service and law enforcement acted on our country's behalf. Really did a great job.
Like 11 seconds.
One officer was
I think the fact that he got his hands, like Trump got his hands personally on the footage immediately after it happened, and it's not like, where was the building at?
Good evening, South Florida. I'm Magdala Luis.
Correspondence dinner. That's the thumbnail for that too. That's kind of weird. The thumbnail is this guy showing him. Who is this guy? See, that's the thumbnail. See him holding up the letter. This is how you have to talk to AI sometimes. Well, you guys can't see what I'm saying. Oz Perlman, a mentalist who was performing on stage at the Washington Hilton just as the shooting incident began. You know, it was actually a card he held out with that mentalism trick for. The word you are likely referring to was. See how long it was kind of quick, but it took a while to get it, didn't it? It didn't read Virgin Voyages. It said Virgin something. So he did this trick twice? I don't think they're I think he did this trick twice. Ripping the paper off? Let's see what it said. It said version. Look at how quick they're covering their asses. New York Times already knows the answer to everything. It said virgin. I'll know the truth. I don't think it says virgin. It looks like there's a V in it, but or not a V. It looks like there's a G in it, but it does not look like it's in the middle. It looks like it's at the end. That's the thing. It looks like it's at the end. Does that look like a G? It doesn't. She wasn't shocked by, she was shocked by what the paper said. It might be virgin. But still, that's still kind of the way Trump was looking at it, like, yeah, virgins. Weird. Look like a lizard. Melania wasn't looking at Trump. Yeah, it was Caroline Levitt. That's who was sitting there. Jane. Oh. She wasn't. She never once looked at the guy. We saw the video. She never once looked at that guy.
Someone and start less than 20 into his ear. You see those images right there from inside of the ballroom of the Washington Hilton Hotel. And then just seconds later, you can see later, and then just seconds later, and then just seconds later.
Is this really all
You
they're
can
showing?
see.
What's going on? See what I'm saying? No, so the computer's acting funny because they're not showing the truth. Look at my computer froze. Wow. Whoa. Da, 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 da.
Secret Service agents rush in from the right side of the White House course. President Trump, someone, and start whispering into his ear. You see those images right there from inside of the ballroom.
That's not even the same thing.
Of the Washington Hilton Hotel.
That's a notepad.
And then just seconds later.
That's a notepad. Just seconds later. That's not the same scene there. This news station's lying. Just seconds later. No, because we saw the real footage. It's literally right here. See? Okay, it is a note. Just seconds later. Okay, they didn't show this for some reason. So they showed the other part. And here's the missing footage. Melania's not paying attention to the trick whatsoever. No, she's not. And for some reason, this woman seems to know the trick already. Does it seem like that to you guys? Because she's not even over there. But she understands the trick, apparently. What, does she know the trick? Does she know the trick? That's what it seems like. What do you guys think? And Melania, they said Melania was stumped. See, Melania is not looking. It's Caroline that's looking. They're showing Caroline Levitt the trick, right? What's her name? Caroline. What? Now it's changing what Perlman was revealing the name of the baby the White House secretaries. Vivian? See, we finally found. Oh, shit. You guys aren't even seeing this. All right, we're back. Sorry. Okay, it finally told the truth. I said, so 2 tricks, right? Because AI's been lying. It said, no, it said, it was talking about a totally different trick, right? So it did say Vivian. So it says VIV. Vivian. Didn't we just discuss this with yeah. Vivian? That's not a V. Didn't we already check this? Hmm. VIV. Is that a V? It doesn't look like a V. Does it? You know what's funny? It means the same thing. Vivian means Varian. It says it right here, surname genealogy. So, second trick was happening. Right? It's crazy how much I had to dig into it just to get it to tell me the truth about the Vivian. Vivian, I'll check it later. But Disgusted. I like how Trump's looking at him like I don't know. I just don't know. The way he had this sinister look on his face with this lettering. Watch this. That's why it makes me feel like it's not like why would how does she know what it says? Vivian. So they were doing magic tricks. It's just the way Trump. It's just the way Trump's looking. He's like, yeah. So she let a mentalist pick her child's name. Is this what are we getting across? She let this psychic guy pick her name of her child. Does she know if it's gonna be a boy or a girl yet? Anyways, it sucks that somebody did all this. They apparently caught the guy, which is him. This is
Any modern news there?
I just think it's a little weird how Trump got his hands on the footage. He got his hands on the footage and then put it on True Social. Now, is he selling the footage to the news networks? Because that's how it works. Like, they're making money off this. Is that how it's happened? He's like, really? I like to know, like, where are they at? Out the White Trump rushed out of White House Correspondents' Dinner after a security incident. No injuries reported. So did the guy get shot? There was 5 shots that happened. There was 5 shots that happened. Yeah, they opened fire on this guy. It's just weird, like, Trump has his hands on the security footage, and it's not like, I don't even want to hear it. Oh, it's just because he's that guy. Well, if he's such the guy, then what about everyone else that's actually been...
The gunman, meantime, entered the Washington Hilton tonight.
That has passed away or died.
The president releasing a photo of the moment this all unfolded.
From
the event
incidents
was
that we can't find any truth on. And then this happens and he's like, yep, here it is.
We'll tell you, it would have been all Secret Service. Thank God for our
Armed admirably.
Thank God for
Oh, gosh.
our partners. The FBI, the Secret Service, the Metropolitan Police, all of them tonight
Who's this?
acted so quickly that they prevented what could have been a horrific event where we were all sitting there in one room.
The Secret Service director says President Trump has spoken with the agent who was shot. The U.S. attorney says the suspect is will be charged with assault on a federal officer with a deadly weapon, in addition to weapons charges. She says many more charges are still expected.
I can't wait to hear why he was doing that. Is he going to have an alibi? not an alibi, but is he gonna have like a reason, motive for doing it? It's just insane. Anybody that is gonna be like, oh, it's fake, it's a setup. It's definitely not a setup, okay? First of all, that's not a setup. Trump was oblivious to it. He didn't even know what was happening, which kind of makes me doubt if he's ever actually been around actual gunfire taking place. 5 rounds getting let out like that? You're supposed to be the most alert person in the whole room. You're the president of the United States. And then it takes 11 seconds for Secret Service to respond. I don't think that's a very good time. Does anybody else agree
The
with
gunman,
me on
meantime, entered the Washington Hilton tonight,
think
armed
that's a
with
good
a
time at
shotgun,
all.
a handgun, and multiple knives, sprinting past a security checkpoint outside the ballroom where the president, the vice president, and much of his cabinet were gathered.
One Secret Service member was shot. The bullet, the president says, hit the agent's bulletproof vest. Eyewitness News reporter Madison Wild joins us now with the...
He had a bulletproof vest on.
That very
weaponry with him.
Heroic actions from law enforcement officers tonight to keep the American.
Because that checkpoint worked,
And I will tell you that they
acted so.
As the suspect is charged with it, will be charged with assault on a federal officer with...
We've already seen this. So, I don't know. There isn't much more left to talk about this. That's what I think is funny. A lot of people will prolong stuff and they'll be like, yeah, that's no. So, what's wrong with her? Yeah, that's definitely fake. Well, Trump got shot at. Yes, well, he didn't get shot at. Here's the guy. Who's Cole Allen?
Out of the home in the time that we've been here. Gramercy Avenue in Torrance late last night. The law enforcement response was massive and definitely more quiet than what we saw here last night. White House Correspondents' Dinner. This is accused of firing shots at last night's White House Correspondents' Dinner. This is actually his home right behind us. You
Was
may be
he
able to see lights are on.
I don't
We've
think he
seen,
let out any
who appear
shots.
to
He
be
was
federal
just running
agents
through
going
the
in and
lobby.
out of the home in the time that we've been here.
Did he even have
so
a
still a
gun?
lot of activity, but it is definitely more quiet than what we saw here last night. Take a look.
Wasn't
This
anything
video
big if he did.
appears
He
to
was
show the
running pretty
moment that
fast.
FBI agents swarmed this neighborhood, specifically this home here on Gramercy Avenue in Torrance late last night. The law enforcement response was massive and included FBI agents in tactical gear and armored vehicles. Now check this out. At one point, Air 7 video appears to show federal agents speaking with the front door of the scene.
The city of Torrance is a...
The mayor of Torrance spoke to us right here. Agents finally made entry shortly before midnight on a second-story window and the front door. Agents finally made entry.
very, very defined.
State University Dominguez last year. Allen is in custody and is believed to have been a trained mechanical engineer in 2025. That's according to representatives in 2017. Learning about the suspect.
Entire city.
Here's what we're just learning about the suspect. 31-year-old Cole Allen graduated from Caltech in 2017 and from Cal State University Dominguez Hills in 2025. That's according to representatives for both schools. According to a LinkedIn page connected to the suspect, Allen is a trained mechanical engineer who now works as a tutor. His current employer, C2 Education, named Allen Teacher of the Month just last year. Allen is in custody and is believed to have been acted alone in this. Now, we've also learned 2 firearms and multiple knives were recovered. And as we come back out here live again, fairly quiet on the street, but still a lot of activity going on inside of that home here behind us. And we do know that Allen is expected to be arraigned in court on Monday. Reporting live in Torrance, Monica de Anda, ABC 7 Eyewitness.
And multiple intent on doing.
The first showed it. Footage I showed you guys was pretty good footage. The rest of this stuff, and Trump did give a speech after the fact. Well, of course he did. Was he though? Did he have any weapons? Like, what did he have? This is a little crazy. I mean, it's not crazy. I mean, people keep doing this to him, so I think it's a little odd we get information regarding this guy, but like the Butler incident, we didn't get nothing of. The Charlie Kirk incident, no one's heard anything of. Well, the original gang. Anyways, who's that? King Charles' U.S. visit. Why would he be visiting?
My heart's fine.
People that have either, whether it was an attempt or a successful attempt, they're very impactful.
Groups.
Already
Dinner, wounded police officer, and
King Charles' U.S. visit. Is this like serious? Because this is legit Moloch. If he's visiting this guy, this is legit. This is Moloch. And this proves everything that we've been investigating. So here's the leader of the United States, everybody. King, it's this guy. That's who's been dictating everything with the Zionist ball crap. Great. Yes, I'm making that claim because AI's told me that that's who it is. That's why all the royal family members are involved in Epstein. Get it? Got it. Good. And if he's unaware of it, I feel bad for the old man. But I don't think he is, because this has been going on since he was in his youth and prime. He's been in charge for a while. Potatoes. I got distracted by those potatoes. I like to watch cooking videos. They're cool. The White House beehive. Just thinking. Anywho, we covered this. I'm not gonna watch him do his interview. I mean, it's still fresh, and they already got the guy, so yeah. He was on a mission, apparently. Some kind of truth mission, it said. They'll let more out before it ends. But the Epstein Files. Trump linked to Inner Circle.
We really needed that
Of course
power
he
slot.
is. He's been covering it up for
Your favorite flavor?
his first presidency. I think
Journalists
that's
and
why
experts
he
still
actually ran. I think someone gave him intel information, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'll run, just to get in there and see what's
pouring
going on."
over the million and unidentified files with. But the broader question of whether other individuals in Epstein's network who facilitated correspondence with a convicted sex offender, reputational problem for the games, regardless of whether.
That's more than just that going on. There's a bunch of Epstein stuff on here. Of course they all knew. They're all part of it. And now the king's coming over to check stuff out. It's funny, he came over here right before 9/11 happened, and now he's coming back. What's he planning this time? Anywho, look at how... For the stuff that was going on, Maxwell should have been sentenced to death. She's not even a natural born U.S. citizen. And the fact that she got her citizenship illegally, because basically her whole citizenship application was a lie, get it? Because her address that was used for her application process and her funding was both Jeffrey Epstein plus the island was her actual address on her visa application. And he's the one that gave her her visa and co-signed for all of her stuff. And so all of her citizenship is connected to a fucking systematic web of corruption tied to that island, tied to Epstein, tied to everybody that's in this. Basically, we have a bunch of people here in the United States that these elites get citizenship for that's illegal. She should be stripped of her U.S. citizenship rights. Like, this is bullshit. Bullshit. This is why the U.S. Constitution's just garbage in 2026. It needs to be abolished, and we need to redo the system. And I'm not talking about, oh, we need to go through and fix everything. No, we need to just, because it's not based off anybody's actual core principles from a new belief system. This was supposed to be a new land, new possibilities, new opportunities. Why is everything structured after a bunch of old Europe stolen lineage that they didn't even do themselves? And then they use the United States to try to make, like, what? Test dummy state to see what works and what doesn't work. I think everybody's like weirded out that we have guns still that are like you can legally go buy a gun in the United States, and considering guns are totally legal and how many get sold and how many are out there, look at that. There's Stephen Hawking's. There he is. Mr. Einstein converted with dark energies himself. This is what happens when you turn dark energy. This guy right here, that's hanging out with Clinton, and they're both holding baby dolls for some reason. This is the reason why, or this is the example of what happens when you combine dark satanic, dark energies with Einstein's theory of energy. And you combine the two together, you get an energy to mind crash. Look at that. That's the definition of it. This poor kid, well, he's not a kid anymore. He's a pervert, and he's a practitioner of Baal and all those rituals. All this shit stems back to Britain, though, and look at who's coming over. The leader of them all. Malik. Malik himself, King Charles III. Well, I don't know why he's coming here. Why would he be coming to the United States for what? 250-year anniversary. What are you coming here for? What do you have to do with any of this? Oh, because you're Malik? Hmm. Is anybody excited? Nobody even knows who that guy is. You know that's kind of funny. That's what's the funniest about it. I didn't even know that was happening until just now. Like that kind of makes me want to investigate into it, which we probably will. Well, Melania is hiding the fact that her modeling career was totally funded by Epstein's influences, and her boss, and during her whole professional modeling career, was actually best friends and funded by Epstein himself, going all the way back to 1989. That's what she's trying to hide because we already did that. That's what she's hiding. She's hiding the fact that she already knew Epstein prior to meeting Trump, to her meeting Trump. So she was basically probably presented to Trump by Epstein, I'm guessing, and the other guy. I mean, that's her bosses. And in Europe, I mean, you're in Europe. That's where you're from. You basically listen to who gives you the visa. Who gave her the visa? Probably Epstein. I don't know. Who gave her visas to get over here? They weren't obtained legally. None of their visas are. Nothing they do is obtained legally. They go behind the scenes and do everything illegal. Epstein Files expose him. He's been covering it up since 2019. Well, he's been covering up he's been part of it his whole life. These guys have been friends since the 80s, okay? They've known each other since the 80s. Him and Epstein were going on private plane trips in the early 90s, okay? Now, for being rich millionaires, you don't go on private plane trips with anybody by yourselves, mind you. The only other people on the crew, there's no bodyguards, nothing. It's just Epstein and Trump alone in like 91, 92. There's 2-3 different incidents of inside the records and files of them having personal flights, just Trump and Epstein. No one else besides the pilot. Pilot, Trump, and Epstein. That's it. Multiple occasions in the very early 90s. Before 93. Okay? So, and you don't just do that randomly with someone you just met. You do that with someone you're very trustworthy with, okay? Especially being that powerful with money wise and in that scenery. You're on a private jet. You got clout at that point. So you don't just randomly do something. So who knows what was discussed, and Trump ain't never going to be honest about it. He'll probably deny it, but we have proof that it already happened. I wish somebody would ask him about it. Be like, what'd you guys talk about? What'd you guys do? What was the point of the private meeting on Epstein's plane? Because I personally think Trump was just jealous of Epstein. And then he didn't know the severity of what the plans were for Epstein and Bibi. So all that happened. And Bibi was pissed. He's like, you better do something. Because I think they were going to present Epstein as the Messiah of Israel. And then Trump was going to be the Messiah of the United States. Like, almost like Christ versus Antichrist. Let's combine them. I think that's what the original plan was. What's this going on to say?
Of course, to get ahead of the story, I am also in the files. We all searched our names, right? You guys didn't search your name? All right, well, I know. Whatever. I am in the files. All right, this is actually true.
I don't watch Jon Stewart.
I take you to the scene. It is midnight, August 29th, 2015. Jeffrey Epstein lies wide awake, his mind turning with ideas. He jots a quick note to a producer named Barry Josephson saying, I suggested to Woody. Y'all know which Woody, right? It's the Epstein Files. It ain't Harrelson. All right. Or the cowboy from Toy Story. You know which Woody we're talking about. He was clamoring for either Appleton exclusive new stand-up routine for either Apple TV or Amazon 2015. But Barry Josephson, thinking like the out-of-the-box television professional that he make a true biographical experience with his stand-up being the capper. Jon Stewart could host...
Why would you search your own name? That's a little weird. Why would you go on the thing and search your own name? That's just odd. Like, the average normal person is not going to do that. Is it because you know people that are in the files? Or you know what's going on in reality and you're like, oh my gosh, are we all in these files? There's so many. Yeah, and you know what? Only half of them been released. So who knows who else is in the files? You guys probably are all in the files, and that's why they won't release the other half of them. Because apparently only 46% of the files have been released. And who knows what's on the other people's names files for their individual files? Because this is just one person's files, right? I don't know. Yeah, it is. But nobody's being honest about any of it. They're just playing around. I already asked. It said Larry Ellison was the main person within the Epstein Files. Simple as that. And you guys let him buy TikTok and now all of his AI systems that they all control. Which is another thing. The same people that are in the Epstein Files, all of them, are the same people that are tied to the Trump versus IRS lawsuit where Trump's information got leaked. Yeah, so did all the other Epstein client members. And guess what? These same people fund the actual AI algorithmic system that actually leaked the information of their information. So make that make sense. Not only do they fund the companies that are tied into the IRS system controlling all the files, because it's not like someone walked in and took them. No, they used the AI system and somehow got the files leaked to them and downloaded them, and who knows what they did with them. I don't know. But the thing is Trump and all his buddies, the same people in the Epstein Files. Because like he says all the time, well, they're my friends and they'll get in trouble. No, you're getting in trouble, dude. Like, I don't get what anybody doesn't understand about this. Like, you're all in trouble. You don't get it, do you? Maybe that's what Daddy Moloch's coming over for. Because he's Moloch. AI's already told me, like, we connected the dots. It's King Charles. They're all tied to bullshit. Maybe he's coming over in his red coat. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. There is one thing, like we mentioned in another video a couple days ago, where we were searching on here on the AI system about all the different podcasters that are And we did a brief summary about Andrew Wilson. It brought up the wrong Andrew Wilson. He's not related to Owen and Josh Luke Wilson. Because I was like, he's the brother of them. No, he's got the same exact name as their older brother, though. It's crazy. Not crazy. I mean, it's a common name, right? Andrew Wilson. Andrew and Wilson is. Everybody's still focused on the other victims. Even Bibi Netanyahu's in the Epstein Files, like, for real. Zelensky's in there, like, that's where they were trafficking all their adult models and pornographic cam girls, because they basically run the entire porno industry. All the people in the Epstein Files, it's the entire porno industry. In reality. Because it's the only GDP growth that Britain and Europe actually has. What else do they have? What else does Europe do? I mean, do they have minerals? Do they do anything? Do they create? Do they have any factories? Do they do anything besides produce porn and adult content? Is that all they do? Because if they do, they want to go after our tobacco industry, which is basically I don't know. They're planning on banning tobacco use in certain parts of Europe. That's gonna hurt the United States in a very big way, because one of our main, like Tucker said this, one of our original founding structures of GDP growth and actual gain in the United States was tobacco. And we still sell it to this day. And it's still a big factor in what helps our GDP growth, believe it or not. So, that's okay. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We don't need Britain no more. We don't need London. We don't need the royal families. We sure as fuck don't need your royal secret societies. Keep them over in your country. You know what I'm saying? Stay the fuck out of here. But anyways, I'm gonna cut this one short. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Vivian. The illusionist is Vivian. Lots of weird stuff going on. Kings come in for no reason. I want to come celebrate. For what? Why? What were you here in 2007 for? I'd like to know that. What were you doing? What were you doing? What were you doing? But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Yes. It's crazy how quick the distortion on that letter looked. Why would he be telling her, if she's about to have the baby, why would he be telling her the name of it? Did she not have the name? Did she let the mentalist pick it out? Like, to produce this much story is just insane to me. And it just happened. Not even, 14 hours ago? It just seems like the video footage is out. Everybody's story aligns. Like, oh yeah. Like, everybody covered their tracks real quick, it seems like. Yeah, and she should be in big trouble, Pam Bondi. Because she's not doing her job. Or she's basically not doing her job either way it goes. Either she's avoiding looking at the files, or she has looked at the files, knows what's in them, and then she's just refusing to do anything about it. Because this is insane. There's a lot more going on than just Trump within the files. And if you guys were good investigators or good at law enforcement or law anything, you'd be able to see it and find it. No, they rely too much on this. Right? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And we'll catch you on the next one. Helps our GDP.